Michael freaking Penix! Touchdown Raiders! Too little.
Did you think you were going to click on this video and just see the mystery player right behind me? You think I was that stupid? All right, enough. 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 I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who the mystery player is that we're trading for. Well, to be honest with you, my dad had a theory, and I think he's right, or I think he could be right. So that's actually who actually maybe knows who it is. But I know who it is. And we're going to get to it. And if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, well, sit down, boys and girls. I got the glasses on because class is in session. Hondo Carpenter. Ever heard of him? He works for Sports Illustrated. He's a reporter. He's a writer. He covers the Las Vegas Raiders. And he's an insider with a lot of information. And I don't want to mince his words. So I'm going to tell you exactly what he's been saying, and then I'll get into who I think the player is. He has been saying that the Raiders have been kicking the tires, and nothing is imminent on a trade with another team to get a superstar caliber player to the Las Vegas Raiders. Who could this be? He's been teasing. He didn't say it's offense or defense. He let something slip, but not really. There's evidence that shows this is a team that could be getting rid of some players. Right now, I want you to comment who you think it is before I even get into any more information. Do not cheat. Who do you think the mystery player is? Who do you want it to be? Comment right now. I'm giving you time. I'm filibustering so you can get in your thoughts before I lay down the evidence. Do you have the name written down in the comment section? Here we go. The player who I think we are trying to trade for is on the defensive side of the ball. We'll get there. And he plays within the confines of the American Football Conference. There is evidence that leads me, and really my dad, to believe that Hondo Carpenter is talking about a player who plays for the Miami Dolphins. He plays cornerback, and his name is Jalen Ramsey. Here's why I think the Raiders might make a move to trade for one of the best CBs in the league. Evidence presented. The Miami Dolphins are in a super weird position. They win a lot of games in the regular season, and then once it's time to go to the playoffs, they have no chance. And the reason why they can't get over the hump is because their defense is not very good. Now, why would you let someone like Christian Wilkins go if their defense isn't very good? And why would you trade someone like Jalen Ramsey if your defense is already not very good? Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of money wrapped up in Christian Wilkins and Jalen Ramsey. And if they're already not good with those people in place, maybe the thing to do is build through the draft to get young studs on the defensive side of the ball for the Miami Dolphins, and to have money to spend to keep people like Tua Tagovailoa, who's going to need a new contract soon. You don't let someone like Christian Wilkins walk unless you need to fill out some cap space, and that is not the only player they can let go. If they get a second or a third or a fourth from us for Jalen Ramsey, that also helps their cap spot. It helps them get younger on defense, and it helps us fill a need. Everyone has been pounding the table to go get a cornerback. And after Kyle Fuller signed with whoever he signed with, to be honest with you, I completely forgot. There has been no good cornerbacks on the free agent market. Some people don't even think Kyle Fuller was that good. So what is a way to get a corner? Well, you can draft one, sure. Or you can go out and get someone who was born to be a Raider. Christian Wilkins had a Vegas jacket. He was screaming Raiders from the top of his lungs. Gardner Minshew saw Max Crosby and said, "There's my big-ass boy." Everyone's saying, of course Gardner Minshew is going to be a Raider. Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco are going out of their way to get guys who fit a certain culture. And how can you not sit here watching this video and at least admit that Jalen Ramsey was born to be a Raider? Now, this is all potentially anecdotal evidence. Yeah, we need a cornerback, and the Dolphins are letting people go, and they need to have money for Tua. But here's the kicker. Hondo was on some show. I think he was on his own show. You can go watch this video. It's on his channel. And he was talking about the Raiders could go get a free agent cornerback or they could draft one. And then he was like, or they can get one in another way. What's the only other way? Make one in a lab? No. Trade for someone. Now, what leads me to believe it's Jalen Ramsey? Well, that I just told you. They let Wilkins go. They need to sign Tua. They might need to get rid of him because he was worth a lot of money. Here's the other thing that you need to consider. When Christian Wilkins signed with the Raiders, Jalen Ramsey was celebrating. He was like, that's my guy. Go get your money, blah, blah, blah. He didn't say, geez, I wish he was still on the Dolphins. He was excited for Wilkins to go to the Raiders because maybe he thinks there's a chance he'll don the silver and black with his boy. I'm realizing what I'm saying is not surefire proof that we are actually going to trade for Jalen Ramsey. But I think that that's enough evidence to at least warrant having the discussion. Do you guys want Jalen Ramsey? Is this someone who can fit right in? Because if we have Jalen Ramsey with Nate Hobbs and Jack Jones, and we have Wilkins and Kuntz and Crosby, and we got solid safeties in Merrick and Epps, and our linebacking core consists of Spillane and Diablo, we might need a third to round that thing out. If we take a defensive tackle with the 13th pick to really shore things up, a Byron Young perhaps, or if we go offensive line, we will have filled every necessary hole to have a top 5 defense. Then we take the linemen, our offensive line is set, and then we're a quarterback away. That's all we need to find. And I understand it's hard to find that person, but we've shown that we can beat the Kansas City Chiefs without having the perfect quarterback player. And we tried to outscore the Chiefs for all these years with John Gruden, and we started to do that a little bit, but then it sort of waned off. And if you don't have a quarterback who's lights out or who knew the system as well as Derek Carr, you're not going to be able to outscore them. So the best way to beat them is to punch them in the mouth defensively and to go get someone like Jalen Ramsey to pair with Crosby and Wilkins and Kuntz and Spillane and Diablo and Jones and Hobbs and Epps and Merrick. So I believe it's Jalen Ramsey who we're trying to go after. I believe that's somebody that I would be willing to give a 3rd-round pick for, and I think that that's probably what would get it done. What say you? Am I crazy? Do you believe in the theory? Do you think we should get Jalen Ramsey? Do you think we're going to draft a corner? Do you want to subscribe? Those are all things I'm wondering. Patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders. Link is in the description below, or you can go to what I just said. You could sign up for a small fee a month. You can get this video and all other videos I post ad-free. You can get them early. You can get your name at the end of the credits and become an executive producer of every show I produce on this channel. If you have the means and are willing to support me further, thank you so much. But if you're thinking, I'd love to, but I can't right now, you are doing so much more than you need to just by liking and commenting and watching the video. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.